Supreme Court blocks Trump's National Guard move, sparking fresh debate on Insurrection Act use. The Supreme Court's recent order preventing President Donald Trump from deploying the National Guard to U.S. cities has ignited a new constitutional showdown over the president's ability to invoke the 19th century Insurrection Act. Throughout his campaign and early second-term months, Trump repeatedly floated the idea of using the act to send regular troops into domestic crises, a strategy that would sidestep the Posse Comitatus Act's ban on military involvement in civilian law enforcement. The court's ruling targeted a separate federal statute that allows a president to call up the Guard when regular forces cannot enforce the nation's laws. By a narrow margin, the justices concluded Trump failed to satisfy the statute's requirements, but they deliberately avoided addressing the broader question of Insurrection Act authority. Justice Brett Kavanaugh warned the decision could push the president toward deploying active duty forces rather than the Guard to protect federal property and personnel. The dispute emerged as the administration pressed to station Guard units in Democratic-run cities to shield immigration and customs enforcement agents and facilities, a move Trump has championed as essential for national security. While Trump has publicly asserted he would invoke the Insurrection Act if needed, the White House maintains the court's ruling does not alter its core goal of preventing rioters from damaging federal assets. Historically, the act was last used by President George H.W. Bush during the 1992 Los Angeles riots and famously by Dwight Eisenhower in 1957 to enforce school integration in Little Rock. Legal scholars warn that deploying the regular army, such as the 82nd Airborne, would generate stark, militaristic imagery and could be politically perilous. The administration argues the Guard, composed of civilian soldiers with de-escalation experience, is a more appropriate tool than a war-fighting force. With the court's decision closing one legal avenue, experts anticipate the Justice Department may seek alternative statutes, though the narrow space between the Posse Comitatus restrictions and the Insurrection Act leaves few options. Critics like Brennan Center's Elizabeth Goitein predict further setbacks if the administration pursues the Insurrection Act, noting the Justice Department's reliance on Section 12,406(3) is already on shaky ground. The ruling coincided with a de-escalation at an ICE detention center near Chicago and a right-sizing of Guard deployments to Chicago, Los Angeles, and Portland, leaving roughly 300 Illinois Guard members on standby. Justice Neil Gorsuch, dissenting, refused to answer how Trump's chosen law interacts with the Insurrection Act, emphasizing the unresolved constitutional issue of deploying the professional military for domestic law enforcement purposes.